Welcome back to the Practical Pregnancy. Tamara here. Today, we're going to talk about something that I think is really important. For so long, we have had a culture of fear around birth. People are afraid of birth, and people love to tell their horror stories about birth. And we're really on a mission here at the Practical Pregnancy to equip women to birth without fear, no matter what happens, to help you get into a place where you can deal with whatever comes your way from a place of peace and confidence and completely free from fear. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to feel afraid sometimes, but in our program, Birth Unafraid, we really talk about how to change how you view these things and how to deal with the monster of fear. So I'd like to put out an invitation to everyone. We would like you to join us in helping change the landscape of birth and how people talk about their births. And we understand many women have had really difficult things happen in their births and really hard, and I'll use the word traumatic experiences with birth. And we want to help you know how to re-navigate that. So one thing I want to invite you to do is to think about who you're telling your story to and how you're telling your story. And retelling of stories can be really healing and is really important. And years ago, we realized that women don't have a good outlet to tell their stories, to process what's gone on through their birth. And for anyone out there who's already had a baby, you will probably attest it's like the most bizarre and incredible and amazing, like out of this world experience that you can really go through. And sometimes it can be a hard experience as well. And we really want to encourage women to find a safe space to talk about their birth stories when they're difficult. Find a trusted friend or a trusted family member, or even go to counseling. There's many excellent counselors out there who specialize in helping women with birth trauma to be able to process through all those things. And one thing I'd really like to encourage you not to do is tell your difficult birth story to an expecting mom. So when women are pregnant, they're already battling all their own unknowns and their own fears. And hearing somebody else's birth horror story can be really hard when you've got your own things that you're struggling with and that you're worried about. And so I really want to encourage women, don't stop talking about your births. Talk about them as a way to heal, as a way to share, as a way to encourage, but just be mindful of who you're talking to. So if you've had a really tough birth, a really hard birth that you need to unpack, do it with someone who's trusted, not necessarily someone who's pregnant and might be having those concerns and are really trying to deal with them on their own as well. Okay. So in the Practical Pregnancy and Birth Unafraid, we really focused on the neuroscience involved with pregnancy. And when we constantly hear those stories of birth is hard, birth is scary, birth is full of fear, birth is whatever, it actually wires our brains to have these messages about pregnancy and about birth. And we begin to expect those things. And the brain is so powerful. I mean, I have seen clients like stop their labor just waiting for someone else to give birth or waiting for someone to arrive. Like our mind is super powerful in the labor process and even in our pregnancy. We don't want to underestimate how important the way we think about birth and we think about pregnancy is to how it comes. And not only thinking, the way we talk about it. When we talk from a space of fear, when we talk from a lens of expectation of something bad happening, that really can impact our experience of what actually does happen and can even affect our outcomes. So again, please keep talking about your births. Find somebody you trust to do that with safely. And if you've had a really difficult birth, my heart goes out to you. We know it can be really hard sometimes, but think about maybe not sharing that with a mom who's expecting her own baby. She's got her own fears she's struggling with, maybe working through, trying to conquer, and learning how to overcome those fears so they don't impact her birth experience negatively. And we really want women, no matter what happens, whether it's hard, whether it's easy, whether outcome is not as we expected, we want to equip you to be able to birth with peace and confidence, no matter what. So if you're interested in finding out how you too can do that, click the link below, check out Birth Unafraid. And if you like this content, if you found it helpful, if you found it thought-provoking, giving you something to think about, then please Don't forget to smash that like button and please subscribe. It helps us to keep bringing you more content like this. Take care.